Hey guys, what's going on? No one's probably watching this yet. Last stream was a utter failure. Someone walked in, so I deleted it. So let's redo this. So if you didn't see my last video, this was the animate. Oh, turn. Yep, sounds off. Alright, good. This was the last animation I made. So I'm going to walk through it all over again. I was the reason I haven't been posting on my account very much was I was more on TikTok rather than YouTube, just trying to build that a little bit before I went back to YouTube. I did this for reasons, I can do short quick videos, wouldn't take too long, take a little break from stuff, so I can do some short stuff still while doing some content and having a little bit of stuff to post on YouTube. So also while then I worked on animation and editing on phone versions, so I have that skill and doing some cool stuff. So now as we traverse forward, I ended up, while there I ended up making an animation, and for right now I found that I found Autorig Pro. If you didn't see my TikTok where I mentioned it, I had a Blender market account a while ago that I didn't ever really use, and I ended up pretty much, using it for, this video. So now I'm able to rig, export, and all that stuff. I don't have Blender rig Lite. Oh, hold on a second, my earphones got unplugged. I had Blender rig, the full Blender rig, Pro, everything like that. So, which I didn't even know I had. I thought I had the Lite when I first saw it. It will be known when I went to download it. It was the full version, not the Lite version. Excuse me. And then I ended up making this short video testing my animation skills, and so I ended up rigging this Rimuru. I was watching that time I got reincarnated as slime again. So I ended up watching this Rimuru in the time I got reincarnated as slime. So I was like, hey, why don't I make a short little animation making him into another anime. I am still making the anime. I'm still coming up with a story before I go any further. So all the characters from the last scene got completely dropped. None of the rigs worked. And all the files I had deleted as my hard drive failed, the external one I was using. So that's been fixed. Got a new one. And I was working on the game in between all of that. And a bunch of stuff got put on hold. The game got put on hold for mental health reasons. Just, being healthy and not, overwork myself the game stuff. Also other stuff. So I ended up making this Rimuru. These aren't the lighting styles, it's just, non-lighting. So this is what he looked like for this. I'll show you the background I used. If you saw the video, you saw it wasn't, just plain background. Because I animated him separately from, almost all of it separately from that blend file. And so the blend file was actually the one I used from Gumroad. It was a free blend file. I'm learning how to make it, and I'm trying to make like a 2D mix with 3D for animation style. Make it more like anime. Sorry, I'm sick too. So he doesn't have a face rig. In the rig, yeah, I had to delete his mouth, everything, so it messed everything up. So he doesn't have a mouth nor eye rig, so I can't really use him for really much, neither in the game or the other things. So, I can still use him for the game, for the character rig, seeing that I don't think I'm adding multiplayer, special kind of eye features anytime soon. Since the first one's only going to be for Quest/Oculus. So I animated him. If you take a quick look, so you only saw the back here, and there's no background. So if you look from the front, he looks down, up, and then just gets up. So I thought that was a pretty good animation. So he got up, and there we go, like a real get up thing. So you saw an animation need extra, which I did in the other one. And I had add lighting for the scene. I tried to match it as best I could from not seeing the scene. So I think that leg movement was pretty good. It could have been better, but I only animated it for like an hour or so. Hour and 10 minutes doing the rigging and everything else. So I say it's pretty good for an hour. And it gets up. There you go. And now I tried using editing software, all that other stuff, but that didn't really work. So this is the real project here. I might create a Patreon for all my rigged files, all that other stuff. So if you do want to see that become a thing, let me know in the comments or whatever if you do want to see a Patreon for rigged files and stuff like that. So yeah, this is like from Your Name. I'm gonna spoil it here. Your Name scene, just without the characters. In the original scene, added some lighting effects differently, which I ended up scrapping most of them because I think the scene was pretty good itself. I also added dynamic grass, which you can see the grass is moving, but yeah, I added dynamic grass, so the grass wasn't turned on dynamically, which brought down stuff easily, made it a little bit laggy, but I baked it all, so it's all good. And I kind of edited how much grass was there, added a few more grass bits, and there you go. And then what I did was I just appended that other one into there, and I animated a little extra, where he raises the hand, and there you go, we got an anime scene. But I'm using that to study. It came with a tutorial file, and I have a bunch of other files. This is my anime project files, Autorig Pro, models by episodes. We got models. I don't want to spoil it too much. I'll give you episode 1. These are the ones that are going to show up. Yes, it is what you think it is. Yes, they are going to show up in episode 1. So I thought it'd be cool to have that. Also, the anime is going to be tied in with the game, so the lore of the anime is going to be part of the game. So stuff that you won't see in the anime takes place in the game, and you have to do some other stuff. So there are currently no rigs in there, because they don't really have a rigged one. Now, these are already rigged. I'm going to rig them again the way I want them. So he's actually rigged already, so I'm going to rig them the way I want them. Reptalia's rigged too, so... But it's not really rigged optimized. Not really optimized. So, I mean, I could use that rig. I'll just have to see what I like better. Episode 2 is going to be a mystery. I leaked that, so I ain't showing you. I got all the characters. The basic main characters are already in here for each episode. So, I'll leave episode 2 to your imagination. Episode 3 is going to be a total imagination. And background, we got a bunch of stuff for background, some cool effects, clouds, and most of these are 2D mixed with 3D, all this kind of cool stuff. So, then we got texture, and we got a fast. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try and incorporate the Maya viewport VFX, just so I don't have to do all the VFX in another software. I've got some cool stuff here, and then Bone Physics is a plugin I have to make the Bone Physics not as laggy. Jigo Physics not as laggy. Yes. Then we got there'll be some other stuff here, rain effects, so rain grass textures, stuff like that. So I'm trying to make this pretty cool, and this is some of the plugins and also some of just regular files. I'm pretty sure you've seen that one before in another video. So. And these are just files and some other stuff. So, that's pretty much what I have set up for now. And this whole thing's gonna be filled with folders. Questcraft came out, so I was trying to get that to work today. Didn't have much luck with it. Yeah, Autoco IK Rigger. This is by Diet Tomachi. I don't think this thing works anymore. It's probably gonna come up not working. Yeah, it's not found. So. yeah, so that was the rigger I was using originally. There's a face rigger and a IK rigger. The IK rigger is what I'm using. I'm still trying to use the face rigger. I don't know if it's going to work with Autorig Pro. But Autorig Pro has its own face rigger, but seeing that most model, I don't think it works with blend shapes, but I could be wrong. So, see if anybody joined, if there's any comments, which I don't think there is. No one joined, I'm pretty sure. So, now let's turn the music back on, get some music in here. Turn the voice load up, and, so there's the character I do want to rig. I got some updates for some of the assets for that's going into the, this is, this is where the ping images, which I had to then transfer over to an MP4 file, so that was a little bit tough. I had a Minecraft server I'm still working on. Here, this is the original Remo file I used. He's not rigged in the FBX either, so that's why I rigged him. And here is some of the stuff I want to add to the game. The add-ons is just, for Blender. So also there is another program I do want to learn. It's called Natron, which is an open source like VFX editor. So I really want to learn that. We have Rose Sword, some other stuff here. So this is all the stuff I really want to add to the game. Whether it be weapons, guns, supers. So there's gonna be some cool stuff. And this is the character I want to rig for the game as a main, protagonist. So if you don't know much about the anime, I'm gonna write like on a text document or a Google Docs about the games. You guys have like a basic concept, and I can get the concept, together. So in the game, you start out in a city. There's going to be multiple different paths you can take, and all of them lead to a different demise, which then takes you over to another world, which is in the Sekai VR game. So I'm still going to work on the VR game rather than the PC version. I'm going to work on the PC version at the same time. So let's get this character rigged, and I do want to create some cutscenes. So we're going to have to figure out a character that we're going to use for the main character, and also a main character model. So I got a lot, in store. So let's open. All right, so let's start off by importing in the character, and we'll get I'm trying FBX. So I had some trouble with this model before, so we'll see how it goes. So right here, and the textures aren't really working either, so let's fix the textures real quick. Fix these textures. So I've noticed the textures don't really work right on these regular things, so let's get these textures open. Shirt. Oh. And shirt. And yep, it doesn't work. So I just wanted to try that. Usually when you just create a texture with the same, settings, it doesn't really work. So this is more of a low poly character. So now I am going to make it a choice. So the two main characters will be interchangeable. You'll meet them either way. So you can either be her, or you can be the dude. So you're going to have a choice to be a girl or a boy. So don't worry, there is going to be a choice in the game that you can choose. So it's not just like a boy or a girl. So so there is going to be a choice you can choose. I don't think there's going to be wearable outfits until the future. There's going to be items, I'm pretty sure. We get that in there as soon as possible. But I mean, for like shirts and stuff, I am not. For like shirts, pants, stuff, I'm not really sure if I'm going to add that right away. I might update the game later on to have like a custom character where like everything's interchangeable, stuff like that. So just more of an anime style game than a other style game.
If you have Medicaid,
Okay,
you may
sorry about
qualify
that.
for Highmark Whole Care. It's
I don't have
healthcare
Spotify
plus
Premium,
more.
so
Because your healthcare shouldn't just
bear
keep you
with
healthy. It should help take care of the whole
So
year.
let's first
Whole
off.
Care gives
by
you extra
opening,
options,
our-
like access to job assistance, healthy meals,
I use
housing
Smart
resources,
Rigging.
and
You
more.
can use
It's the healthcare
manual
plan that
rigging,
helps
but I
you
use Smart
more
Rigging
so you can
just
worry
straight done,
less.
so
Gateway Health Plans are
that's
now
just
Highmark
easier
Whole Care. Learn more at highmarkwholecare.com/Medicaid.
I hope it's not going to give me problems again with the rigging part, because before I got the problem, like, her feet are too far under, or like, stuff like that. So, we're going to see how well this goes. Oop. There we go. And spine roots. This is really how rigging is with this. So it's really like not that hard with rigging. Yeah, it's giving me problems again. So there we go. Okay. So I think I fixed it. And spine count. I think 4 spine would be best for her. Spine straight, which is the problem I'm having. So let's figure that. Right, existing rig and mirror. Let's try that and see where that goes. Spine should work now. Yeah, it has a problem with spines. That's worse than having the spine straight. But I mean, it did get the right areas. that is a plus compared to what it usually does. So usually it just goes like, and it has like mismatched scaling sizes. So now I've always had there's problems with arms too. The shoulders are always my main problem that I don't really pay attention to. I fix the spine but not the shoulders, and then end up, having a big problem with that. So now I'm not the best at Blender, neither am I like the top tier animator. Never would I ever say that. So don't look to my advice for either game dev or animation, but I kind of see myself as an animator / game dev, so I can say that all I want, but it doesn't make me one. Fingers are pretty accurate on this one, so I don't gotta worry about the fingers. Other side, yeah, that's fine. So he actually got his fingers better, more perfect than he did for Rimuru, and his fingers are basic style. Okay, so now let's grab the shoulders. So the inner shoulders are fine. Let's grab the outer shoulders and bring them inwards. Inwards. And then should be fine. And I really do want to add an extra. I don't know if I should, but alright, we're doing it. Adding two little physics to this character. Alright, oh well. Hate me all you want. No, I'm gonna try this my best. I've never done this before, so I got dynamic bone asset in Unity for when I did the VR chat creation characters. So we're VRChat advertisers. I never did, professionally. I think I'm doing it right. I don't know if you need 2 of them, but we'll see. Oh, cool. I did that wrong, but I'm just gonna try it with the basic amount of bones, and we shall see how well it goes. Alright, I could just bind it like this, but I want to create like cutscenes and stuff, so I'm gonna have to rig it fully. I don't know how well it's gonna work. And that should be enough. I'm pretty sure if my knowledge of animation is what it is, which I don't have a vast knowledge, so please don't copy what I do. You'll get it wrong. Just follow after the whole entire tutorial. Go back after you've seen the whole thing. As soon as you've seen it working, then you can follow. So, pretty sure I won't be making any kind of tutorial anytime soon. Right. I ain't gonna be doing this stream for hours and hours. But it's gonna be normal size. There's no really bones for her eyes. I don't think she has eye bones. I'm not quite sure she's blend shapes, but we'll find out sooner or later. So, there's really more kind of bones we should add. Now, neither in any of her cutscenes is she gonna have a kind of like weapon in her hand for any cutscenes. Any cutscenes she can be in, except for boss battles. So that will be different. I'll have a separate rig for that. But for basic cutscenes, she's not gonna have a weapon. Though I should probably add like a handle here for a item if I should. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I haven't really done that, so I'll do a little research before doing that if I have to re-rig or import this rig or stuff like that. So it's easy to edit and stuff once you've done that. So all you gotta do is export, re-import, because you still gotta create the control rig all over again every time you import it. So it doesn't export the rig, which I think I can, but I've never actually seen that. So yeah, nope, I'm not gonna do any of that. So I'm not gonna do any secondary controllers, biped, legacy, no, don't want any legacy. Alright, and then that should be normal. Elbows, I want to move the elbows a bit backwards because every time I don't, they end up showing up in front of the model rather than behind. I've noticed if you don't do that, I don't know if it's just me or if I'm breaking it wrong, but if you don't do that, it really just ends up messing up the model. And instead of the knee bending point for the control rig ends up in front, it ends up behind, and both that and both the arm, instead of being behind the elbows, they end up in front. So that messes up too. So that should be normal. So and her hands have been going down there, like all the way down there. So keep it like that for now, and we go to this. That's what you know. I'm not gonna mess with anything too much. Do scale fix. Let's go to add up that. So that and then click bind. I'm pretty sure you stay in object mode to bind it in this version. Hopefully the rig didn't mess up. So yeah, so the hand's right in the normal area, which didn't work last time. Now if the version I have it set up to pretty much add auto IK immediate as soon as you rig it. So yeah, immediately. But IK is enabled, not FK. Stretch length, turn normal length is fine. Pull parent. finger grafts. Alright, so she's actually got the finger grafts, which I messed up in the reamer rig. I was gonna add more animation. Reamer rig, elbows are fine, knees are fine. That's all good. Check feet. The one thing I really get wrong is, vertices. So vertices seem to go way out of whack. Yep, right there. There you go. Vertices went wrong. So maybe right there, huh? Now I'm not quite sure how to fix this on certain things here. So select you and tab. It looks like the bones. Object mode and select mesh. The only thing really I've been doing to fix this is deleting the vertices and creating ones. So yeah, and it ends up doing this. So I kind of heard myself here where I'm taking shortcuts to get the job done faster. It does add like uniqueness per se. Uniqueness for me, it kind of looks like red pants or, luckily with this model I am going to get away from it because, it's built underneath or up with the shoes, so I am going to get away from it with this one. So let's tab mode and let's see here, more vertices are coming off, so yeah, sure, so the problems with these. So I'm sort of doing like I don't know how to weight paint yet very well. So luckily these aren't, showable on the models. So don't do what I'm doing. Take the route to do this. Since I'm streaming, I'm really not gonna do this. I'll fix this later on. So since the last streams I've done on all my other channels, I've just been fixing problems the whole stream. So I'm gonna take some shortcuts just to speed up process here. Nothing else is really, coming apart, except it. I think. What is that stretching with it? Hope not. Just to be safe, I'm deleting these two vertices. There we go. All right, and now if we select the rig, hopefully there are no more. I knew those vertices were messing up. I'm kind of ruining my rig here. Not my rig, but the process. But there we go. And I think these are the last ones I have to delete. Those are the last ones that are really, messing it up. So really, alright. So, that's messing up. So, let's get that one deleted. And we should be good after that. Or not. And let's hope nothing else is really bothering us. So, now Alright. Now, so now the last possible check moment. I'm gonna save this before we go any further. That's already been a problem of mine. Let's go and I'm gonna go into assets and go into the original file here, just in case it's like a dud. So I'll do I'll just do Zuki rig test, no spaces, there we go. Be like a test file. If it works that well, works that well. Now the thing I've always had problems with auto rig, I don't know if it's just, the way I'm rigging it, is the hair problems are a big problem here. So now the hair I'm going to have
At Carfax, we know people like things that are certain. 2 + 2 = 4.
Yeah,
Day follows night. Your mother will call right as you've sat down to eat.
Let's check
Carfax knows you want that same assurance when it comes to used car shopping. Has this car had any accidents?
Fine.
How much should I pay for this car? Carfax holds the key to help you gain that certainty. Go to the all-new Carfax.com and get the most accurate
last
price
possible
based on the
test fit.
vehicle's
So
accident
left hand
history.
is
And always say,
the,
show me the Carfax.
the fingers grasped. So that works, you know, somewhat normal. Some kind of moves a little too far in. Oop. Nope. Nope. Did that wrong. I totally messed up on that, huh? Now I can't find it. Settings. Oh. And I have to select it. There we go. Right. Finger grabs. So let's one enter. Penalty. There we go. The finger grasp seems to work. Let's try this one. I'm pretty sure I had it on this one too. Yeah. We can do some weight painting. Alright. So the hand does work fine. Otherwise, than that it doesn't, you know, stretch really far. It's not really unrealistic. So I mean, AutoRig Pro is good at some things, but it takes a little bit of tweaking, you know. Which I didn't do with Reamer. Reamer came out pretty normal compared to the other rigs I've done. So the reason I didn't use AutoRig Pro back in the day, my computer was not really, you know, strong enough to really use it at all. It was really, you know, kind of like problem with stuff. I was using a laptop back then. Neither did it have the processing power, and neither did Eevee. Eevee was not on there. Even now, when I use Eevee, it was 2015 laptop, so, and I had that for years. I played Minecraft very well for years until they came over updated and worse coding as time went on, but you know, I still had fun with it. So I hope the eyes still work normally, the mouth kind of, you know, nope. Now what I'm worried, does she have an inside mouth? Yeah, does she have an inside mouth? She has a basic mouth, so like some kind of teeth, but you know, alright, so let's get on to weight painting. Let's go here, and animations. I'm pretty sure I can find some kind of animation for her. I might have to create my own. That would be a long time, so hopefully not. I could create some basic animations for her, which I might, depending on what I have to do with the games, you know, to actually, you know, get it working. But I have to see what kind of stuff I have to do. Draw, add, mix, multiply, add. Is that the line? Smudge. Oop. No. Let's do strength. Let's do radial. Do strength 500 and. Alright. Actually, we'll do strength all the way. So we'll make like very strengthful. Let's add like that. Definitely want to add like a lot on the wrists. You know, the wrist work. And now, trust me, I have not weight painted a day in my life, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, that works. We do need a lot on the eyes, definitely. With a lot of weight paint. I just know that red means weight, and yellow / green / blue means none, red means yes. That's the basics I know. It's the basics that I pretty much know. Alright, so the legs I'm not really going to do anything about pretty much, so I'm going to lay a little bit on the shoes. Let's do this. That'll work, huh? A little bit right there, and hope it works. That's damn. I don't want to add it there. That's like that. Let's hope that works, and definitely let's add like. No, oh no, we should be in here. Nope. Need to wait till like 300 to like. No, that just messed it up. Alright, Nope, that messes up everything. Yeah, that messes. Oh, nope. Alright. We definitely gotta get these little curls down here. Bring straight down and weight. Down, curl. Weight's gotta go up on the way. Straight. Oh, no. Smoother and nope. Weight down and strength definitely down. I think that's changing it. Yeah, nope. Alright, well, let's see how that works. Let's just see how that works. Definitely a big new bit blender. Let's see, please work. No. Not really working out. See if the hand, I notice when I really mess with things like this, I just end up breaking. Oh, yeah, oh. I just messed up the whole entire model. Alright, well. Let's reverse all that weight paint. Alright, let's go back and delete all of that weight paint. That was not even worth it, huh? I really weight paint settings. Options. Auto normal. Strict. No. Density radius. Down. We'll take off some seed art. I guess we're using painting, so let's paint this definitely. Let's get. I'm just gonna pretty much just like murder the hair with red and hope that works, huh? Murder the hair. I hope a blender professional is watching this right now. To give me some tips. And ultimately share my video on what not to do. Just ultimately murder the hair. I definitely need to get this hair like, I definitely get the mouth somewhat, stable, as I should say. It's not really weight painting plugin. Is there? There's a weight painting plugin, please tell me. That would make this whole lot easier. I'm actually gonna search that to make if this doesn't work. Take the easy way out, huh? I really should have learned this, but I don't want to learn on stream. It'll take too long. And currently I'm using my phone as a microphone, so that's not helping. Definitely the hair. There's a way to the back of the hair. That ain't helping. The more I weight paint, the worse the model's probably gonna perform, so. And the hair's. Yeah, there's a lot to this hair that you can't see. Radius. Ain't working. Turn the radius all the way up. Oh. Ooh. That works better, huh? I told you the whole entire back there, huh? Nope, I already did that. So, that wasn't just now. Alright, this is radius 100. And let's get this back. This hair really painted. And nope. Turn radius down to the edge. This hair painted. Alright, now let's do the inside of the mouth. Because that is my worst enemy I think I have is the inside of the mouth. Ooh, let's paint that. Ooh. I hate doing the inside of the mouth. I can never reach it. Alright, yeah, ooh, yeah, that's not even having anything on it. Weight down, radius, all the way up, radius down, there we go, now we're reaching it, and let's do weight 100%. Let's get this mouth weight painted. There are probably weight paint sections for each bone, so I probably should have looked that up before I started doing this. Probably why it's not working. Alright, I'm gonna switch it up in a minute. Well, I'm gonna look at the weight paint. So I'm pretty sure there's actually a weight paint bones you apply it to. Yeah. Oh. Probably should look that. I knew that, but I'm such an idiot. I just started murdering the hair at the weight. Paint? Yeah. All right. Back to normal. All right. Now, vertex. No. Shift keys. Vertex groups. Colors. No. UV maps. No. Base maps. Normals. Smooth textures. Space. No. Mesh. No. Should be I don't think there's really an option for Auto Rig Pro for weight paint. Bones only specials.
This is Ice-T.
Stone Cold Steve Austin and
Natty Ice.
I convinced NFL teams to turn to cold water washing with Tide.
The NFL, your uniforms get dirty.
Tide can handle it, even in cold. Plus, if fans join in, they can save up to $150 on their energy bill.
looks like you just made the team, rookie.
Turn to cold with Tide.
And that's the bottom line.
It's got to be Tide.
Energy savings based on average switching from hot to cold and non-HE machine.
Paint? Blender. Let's make this game. Weight paint tools. So Government has weight paint tool. Yeah, so there is a tool, but it is money, so lazy weight paint tool. Which I've seen not really any free ones. Easy weight. Wait a minute. Oh, I think I just found a plugin. I just found a plugin. Should be helpful. Paint tools. Weight paint. No, nope. Alright, did I just set that up? Loads. That should be the master, but it's not. First off, let's file and save this. I definitely want to show you guys a little bit about the game, do a little bit about the game in this stream, so don't worry, we will be getting into that. Sorry. We will be getting into the game very soon. I just want to rig a couple characters, and we're going to try to use pre-made animations. That way, you know, spend less time. I'll add definitely custom animations in the long run, but for now I want to get the basics of the game up and running, so you guys actually have a game. Though it was supposed to be out a while ago, but it just could not be out. No way would it be out that quickly. I kind of went over my head, so it's not gonna be out for a while. Yeah, it's gonna be I don't think it's gonna be out for a long while. Not long while, but dev will be out soon. Not as soon as you guys, as I thought it would. Neither would you guys probably were hoping for. And he was hoping for the game. I got a Reddit about the game, which probably I'm gonna delete every video where it was gonna be out. That was just not, or just comment in there so people aren't like, oh, it's coming out, but it's not. So, cause I've run into so many problems in making this game that I wouldn't actually think would even be possible as a problem. I can't even get water to work in the game. So, like at all can I not get water to work. Water just will not work in the game. Oh. Ooh. Okay, if I go to repeat. Hold on a minute. Oh, no. Go to mode. Alright, let's select you, you know, and going to here and going to weight paint, and let's do calculate weight islands. Okay, apparently that did the weight painting. I don't think that actually worked at all. So if I do search, is that what you do? Oh, that's what you do. You just click on the search. I'm gonna click search for each and every one of these. I think that's what it does. Maybe this plugin does work. I may have just judged a book without reading the cover. Hopefully this actually does work. Then you know it's a lot easier. If it doesn't work, so this is probably why it was messing up, because I was just weight painting the whole entire thing. So I think AutoRig Pro does actually weight it, if that's what I'm looking at. What I'm looking at is true. This is not what's done already. So if I go to object mode and nothing has changed, that means, yeah, AutoRig Pro already, you know, yep. All right, so I was right. So I don't think that rigs it. Just gives you like a search option to get to the options. So let's go into weight paint and let's open up our healthy Delcy. I don't even know what I'm saying. Now let's go to head. I don't think neck. No. Let's search neck and see what's connected to neck weight. Neck doesn't really have anything connected to it, so let's go to head. Here we go, head X. Head X is it? Yeah, so the head's not really doing the bottom of the hair very well. So let's grab weight, keep it at 100. Turn strength down a lot, and we're gonna definitely, you know. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this. I don't think it's right. Alright, and I don't think I can edit this, can I? Select. And aha, there we go. And let's just weight paint the hair a lot more, because I don't think the hair is really painted that well. So it doesn't do everything very well. I mean, like, this does have a lot of, you know, polygons and edges that I don't think it really would I wouldn't really expect it to get. I don't think it does the front of the hair at all. So you will have to do a little bit of editing in the process of AutoRig Pro, which I'm now learning is the truth. So it's not just 1, 2, 3, boom, you have an ultimate model, like professionally rigged with buttons. But technically it's that, but you know, you still have to do some work if you want it to work the way you want it to, and you want it to be actually perfect. You will have to put in the work. Which I already knew it did that, which everything you gotta do that. It's not just like there's a magic tool that does everything for you. You just actually have to do it. So I'm gonna end up, I hope this is selecting it. So it is like that. I have to get the whole entire hair, which doesn't seem to want to select. So I'm trying to radius a bit higher. There we go. And I definitely want to get these curls. These curls are the worst. I forget what they call them in anime. What do they call these in anime? There's something funny like they don't call it curls. They call it like I forget the name. They said it in Gate once. It's like an otaku thing. Gate's a good anime. I like that anime. Not top anime, but it's good. Like if you want to see like a different kind of isekai kind of thing, where it's not really like dying, but more like traveling to another world through a portal, and it's more modern day kind of realistic stuff. But you know, ultimately he does have otaku stuff, but it's not gonna be perfectly realistic. You know, it is anime, so. But I mean, it's got like some realistic elements in it that really do, you know, make it somewhat of realistic rather than, you know, kind of all anime-ish. But it does have the isekai feel, you know, there's a whole nother world, but it makes it more realistic rather than just learning the language. They actually have like a book and they actually learn their language like as if they're in a foreign nation, and it's like military base, so it's pretty cool. I did find it enjoyable. I watched it like 3 times in a row. I haven't watched it in years, so I was very glad to watch it again, you know. Go back to one of those old 2016 animes. And so just have a bit of, you know, politic kind of thing in there, but, you know, trying to fight for who has the rights for the world and resources and stuff like that. But Princess Pina Colada, yep, that's the princess's name. Pina Colada is the princess's name, so I probably spoiled that. I'm not telling you any further if you don't want spoils. If you want spoils, then make sure you text and comment, and I shall ruin it for everybody. You know, I'm that kind of person. Not really, but, you know, if you want me to ruin it, I'll ruin it. Half the time, most people don't usually watch all the anime anyway, but, you know, some people do. Like, when someone recommends me an anime, I do actually watch it. I may not watch it that day or that week, but I will eventually get to watching it. The ones I'm really hyped for, I watch like immediately when I have time, but, you know, I can't get to every anime out there. I'm really into isekais lately, so I've been trying to get into every one I can find and rewatching the old ones that were my favorite right back when I was like 15, 14. I was the first time I watched anime, I think I was like actually 9 years old was the first time I watched anime. I didn't actually know it was actually anime. It was I think it was Familiar of Zero. So that was actually really good. I did not know that was an anime until about when I was 12 when I watched. No, I was 13, about 13 or 14, maybe 12 if I recall. Lois is 12 years old, and I watched Sword Art Online when it first came out. When the first season was the only one that was out. That was, you know, my top favorite anime. Waifu was Asuna for years until I realized there's not only just Sword Art Online as an isekai, there's actually more. Which I didn't really find until I was about 15 when I started watching other isekais. After about Sword Art Online, I really just watched romance types, action, badass ones. I'd watch these like all these like top 10 badass anime with like overpowered main characters. Like my whole entire history was filled with them, but never any of them really show any underrated ones until recently. They started coming out with like underrated isekai anime shows, whatever. They didn't really have the underrated ones. They only had the main title ones. So they didn't really have like the, you know, what was that one called? What was that one? It was I think it was Death March to the Parallel World. That one I have never heard of until I found the first underrated isekai anime thing that I watched the video. I immediately jumped to it, and I was like, oh yeah, and it was pretty good. It was a little bit, you know, cringe-worthy, you know, with I forget the little girl's name, but Poochie, I think her name was. So it was a little bit cringe-worthy on like the voices, but I did watch the English dub first, as the one I didn't know that there's a skill you learn with anime where you actually have to read the words and watch the anime at once to get the whole thing. The way I see it, when you watch anime, you learn this skill. You watch the show, but you don't know you're reading the words all the time. You can sometimes forget you're reading the words, but you're reading the words and like acting as if you hear them, but you're actually reading the words, and you're not realizing they're actually words on the screen. Is how I describe it, how I do it, and this kind of skill I learned kind of. I don't know if anyone sees it that way. if everyone watches that way, some people just read it and, you know, then look up and down, which I did at first until I started doing that, which, yeah, so, if you don't know me, I have a disability, so that could be a reason now. I see it that way, most people don't, so I pretty much did it that way, so I ended up pretty much doing it that kind of way. Is that hair? Yeah, that's hair. Oh. We're not getting the insides, are we? That's probably, oh, may turn the radius up a bit, but yeah. I think I was watching, but when someone jumps in, hopefully they're Nataku. I don't have any tags on this video either, which probably isn't helping, but usually I just save these videos for like montages and time lapses, stuff like that, and people that join lucky enough, you know, to get to, you know, enjoy chat. Most of these are just, you know, getting to know the community that wants to play the game, hearing kind of feedback, what they want to see, and just enjoying a talk. So that's pretty much what I do these streams for, and, you know, showing off the work so you guys have some kind of idea. Most people haven't even heard that I'm making a game, so, which I don't really have it any other places pretty much. I don't have any wish lists or anything, because I really want to get some kind of setup of the game to show off before I kind of announce I'm making, just in case if it doesn't go well and I kind of quit the project. But I really do want to do the project. I'm more into animation than I am game making, but I've always wanted to make my own games. So about animation and game making is the same. If you don't know my YouTube channel, I actually started out with 2D animation rather than 3D. I was never into 3D at all as a kid. 3D games I was into, stuff like that, but I'd never actually animated 3D until about 5-6 years ago, when I was about 15, 16 is when I really got my gaming PC, and I've actually started, you know, animating stuff like that. When I was 15, I was still using my laptop. I was using my laptop until about 16 is when I stopped using my laptop, and I moved to a gaming PC, which I still use to this day. I'm still using the same exact gaming PC. It's an i5, the newest i5 back in 2018, was it? And I had a, well, the weird thing is, this graphics card, they say 1050s aren't really, you know, VR ready, to the minimum, don't really work for VR, but little to know, my 1050 plays like games like 1070 would. I don't have any drop frames, plays VR games above 90 frames per second, so I don't know if it's RAM that does that, but I have an GeForce, NVIDIA, and MSI crossover Dragon Edition Gaming X 4GB 1050 Ti. So I don't know if that means something. I think it was NVIDIA slash MSI crossover for Christmas. It was a Dragon Edition. I don't actually see them selling it anymore, so I don't know if it was a one-time thing, but it actually runs very well. I'm glad I got it. I haven't had any problems with it. Just, you know, streaming like with the graphics card doesn't really work that well. So like NVIDIA new settings on OBS / Streamlabs just don't work that well. It just comes out so blurry. But VR works well, very well, in fact. The only problem, I've never actually tested it with, you know, like a high-end VR device. I've always used it with, the original device I've had for VR was the Quest. No, not Quest, sorry. Rift. The Rift, not the Rift S, the original Rift, which I still have to this day. My prized VR thing is what started me in VR. I've never actually game developed for VR before this game I'm making now. I've never actually developed anything for VR. So that's why I'm really struggling with making it, because, you know, as you know, the VR game development is very hard. Not very hard, I mean, like, without coding it's very hard to figure things out, but now, if you know me, I don't really, you know, I don't really do coding at all. I cannot do coding. I did go to coding school for a certain amount of time, But really, there they only taught you how to code math problems. There wasn't really a school for coding; it was just coding math. But I did learn the basics of coding C#, C++, and a little bit of Java. They spent like a couple months on Java, just basic, getting started, and that was about it. Before I moved to a new school to finish off my senior year, so I didn't really get to learn too much. Senior year, I went homeschool. COVID. I went homeschooled for senior year due to all the stuff that went on, pandemic and stuff. I didn't really, and plus I didn't really want to start a new school year. Learn new friends, and it was already halfway through the year. It wasn't really worth starting a new year in a new school for less than 6 months to get settled, do like testing, all this. So I just went online. They did I forget the kind of learning, Edison Learning, or I don't know what it was. It was some kind of learning program, so I ended up doing that, which we've had many problems with that. Down outings, power outages on the program, site down for maintenance, and on top of that, the teachers were like beyond college level, so that made it even worse. Seeing that I've never been in any college classes, so I spent half my years taking other classes / computer classes, STEM classes, all that other stuff. So I really didn't take college classes. I've been too busy trying to get knowledge of animation, stuff like that. I did take an animation class in school. They had a program for the 1 year, which I applied for, and I did that the 1 year in Dunmore. So that's where I learned my basic stuff. Though they used Maya for that, so I didn't really get the Blender feel. They didn't really teach you much. They just taught you. You didn't really get much hands-on. When you did get hands-on, it was just testing things out. There wasn't really lessons or anything. There was a teacher. He was an animator. I don't think he worked at any big. He just worked in a small studio. So it wasn't really, and it was all online. The teacher wasn't from the school, since it was an off-school kind of class. So pretty much you just like went in the classroom, watched online videos, and there's like a special teacher that would show. He was like on camera. It wasn't like in person, like live. It was like pre-recorded. He would show his face, go into the computer screen, have his face there. It was kind of like a YouTube video kind of thing. So that was pretty cool to learn. Pretty much you spent the first. It was like I think it was like a not a semester, a quarter class. So you didn't get a lot of credits for it either. It was more like a additional class, and pretty much you just ended up pretty much just learning about programs, how to analyze reference videos / look at other works and identify them from what they did, and feature some visual effects in programs such as After Effects. So they had like kind of visual effects kind of thing too. So it was a neat experience. You didn't really get much hands-on. When you did, it was just testing things out. There wasn't really assignments. Like assignments were like questionnaires and stuff. So it's not really like stuff like that. So we ended up pretty much doing basic stuff like that. So I can't seem to get that colored in. So yeah, that's not colored in. All right. And then you ended up pretty much just doing basic stuff. So all right. Get the rest of this hair colored in. Yeah, I think some of his hair is from the back too. So some of his hair goes into the back, so the head only goes so much, and I think the neck kind of covers most of the hair kind of aspects. So kind of want to get the basics of the head. I gotta do the inside of the head too. But yeah, I learned most of my stuff in school. So I did have some school stuff, so school wasn't all bad. But yeah, the rest of the stuff in school sucked. Nothing really learned helpful for my future. So not even the banking class for the one I did online really helped. Taught you how to punch in numbers for an ATM. Yeah, that's common sense. Everyone knows how to punch in numbers. I'm pretty sure we've all entered numbers to buy things online for like Steam and stuff before we've even had a credit card. I'm pretty sure we've all bought like pre-made Visa credit cards and learned that. So it's all pretty much stuff we've done before. So most kids that are tech savvy have already done half the stuff they teach you, if they teach you anything at all in school. So pretty sure we've all done that. So other than that, that's pretty cool. I learned in school. It's a little bit about my history as an animator. So I haven't really done too much animation. I've done basics, all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty sure knowledge anyone else would have if they've just tried it out themselves and pretty much got the basics down themselves. Pretty much is pretty much all I'm saying. So I'm not like top tier AAA animator. I went to college. I still plan to go to college. I'm still deciding whether I should do game dev or animation college. I'm still deciding what I should do. I'm still not yet decided on what I want to do, but I shall see. I hope this doesn't mess up what I'm doing and I have to erase all this. Pretty sure it had just basic stuff on here, so there we go. Yeah. Alright, and yeah, it's all mixed in with other stuff. Alright. And it got the hair pretty right. So now let me go to neck. Neck. Oh wait, nope. Select and shine. Whew. I don't think I can. No, it doesn't let me do any more, huh? Select and a shine. Alright, and let's go to neck. Let's see what's on the neck, huh? Neck doesn't really have anything, huh? I guess neck wouldn't have anything. So, let's see how well the hair came out. Wait a minute, I do need to do the inside of the head. I totally forgot. Head. Search you. Do the inside of the head. Definitely want to get the inside of the head. Hopefully it isn't, yeah, it's probably why it wasn't colored in. I hope that's the reason. Ooh. Let's turn the radius up, and no, I don't think I can color this in, can I? Yep. It's all done. Yes, it's probably selected by something else, huh? Well, the most I could do now is hope and pray it works. Alright, let's go here, select rig. Hopefully I didn't mess anything up here. So the basics of the head works. So I'm going to select everything else that has selected, Wait, let's go to object mode, and I want to select the rest that has selected, huh? And see what is, snow. And let's do that. And let's go, wait. I'm gonna select all this and see what has that selected, huh? Has that. Alright, let's go each one of these and see which one is got the head. So that's a foot. The head. That's a toe. Right. Thigh. I just want to see if anything else is messed up in here, or if it's got anything else selected, huh? That's good. Foot R. This is about normal. Toe R. Thigh R. That's good.
Dry winter weather can lead to a battle with acne. Combat clogged pores with the new Neutrogena Stubborn Texture Daily Cleanser, formulated with a derm-grade acid complex to shed rough surface skin. And the Neutrogena Stubborn Acne AM treatment works all day to help eliminate acne. Fragrance-free, visible results in just 1 week. Neutrogena, for people with skin. Click or tap the banner to shop the range at Neutrogena.com.
So a little tip when you buy AutoRig Pro, you might want to buy the wake paint tool with it. I don't know if it can fix mistakes, or if you want to do this yourself, it's fine too. It takes a little bit of time. As you can see, I've been streaming for how long? An hour, and I spent like half of it, trying to fix this rig. So, I mean, rigging does take a long time no matter what tool you use. But having tools that help fix problems faster really does help in the long run. As you can see, it took me a while to figure this out, but most pros do it immediately without any tools. So some pros can even rig characters without tools, which they've done for years. So it's pretty cool. But I mean, like, it is really optimized to really just use tools to pretty much do most of the grunt work, and then you just pretty much edit it, which is like what I'm doing here. So AutoRig Pro really did come in handy. Usually there are other Game Rig Pro stuff you can get for your games to rig characters in Blender, but I think AutoRig Pro really takes the hit on the best for me. I mean, Daitomati's was good. Exporting it didn't always work as newer versions came out, and it's not really updated as much. So Daitomachi does do a whole YouTube channel and other content, and he does make Going Black, so I mean, that is a pretty good thing to do. So, I mean, I understand why it's not coming out updatingly, but I mean, it was pretty good at helping you through making a lot of animations. So. And as of right now, I am the only one working on this anime for not anime and game devs. So, I mean, it is non-profit, so I'm not really making money off of it. Neither do I really want to make money off of it. Well, I do want to make money off of it at some point, but for right now, I really do want to make it community-based. One day I might create like a professional game, or maybe add like some kind of items you can buy. That way I can make some kind of money. I do kind of want to make this more community-based rather than pay-based, or maybe the full version will be money, but as of right now, I'm not making any money off of it. So I really do want to make it more community-based, though it will be a paid version sooner or later. So those of you who do, actually, decide, I'm gonna get it now, dev test it, you will have that version, but there will be a full version that will be paid. It's gonna cost money sooner or later, so I think it would be cool now if you guys really want to dev test it as soon as it comes out. So that would actually be really cool if you guys, help me out with dev testing. I do want to get some voice actors. As of right now, I'm not getting paid, which I probably won't be for a while. So as of right now, I just am taking volunteers. So.
Dry winter weather can lead to a battle with acne. Combat clogged pores with the new Neutrogena Stubborn Texture Daily Cleanser, formulated with a derm-grade acid complex to shed rough surface skin. And the Neutrogena Stubborn Acne AM treatment works all day to help eliminate acne. Fragrance-free, visible results in just 1 week. Neutrogena, for people with skin. Click or tap the banner to shop the range at Neutrogena.com.